This is a video on how to evaluate algebraic expressions. The question states, you want to come up with a confidence interval with a margin of error of no more than plus or minus 3% for the proportion who are obese in your community. 34% of Americans are obese. There's a formula for this, and it is that n, the sample size, is equal to p times 1 minus p times z over e quantity squared, where p is the estimate for the population proportion, z is given, and e is the margin of error. So we want to find out how many people must we survey. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to plug in our values of p, z, and e into this equation to calculate n. Okay, so here's our formula. N is equal to p times 1 minus p times z over e quantity squared. And when we have a complicated formula like this, it's a good idea to write down what each of the variables are. So we can start out with e is 0.03. And that's because the margin of error is no more than plus or minus 3%. And if we look at 3% and turn that into a decimal, that gives you 0.03 because we take 3 and we move the decimal over 2 to the left. Next, let's look at p. Again, our preliminary estimate for the proportion of Americans who are obese is 34%. So 34% as a decimal is 0.34. Our z was given. That was just 1.645. And here it is. And now we're ready to plug this in to the formula. So we get n is equal to 0.34 times 1 minus 0.34 times 1.645 divided by 0.03 quantity squared. And of course, we're going to use a calculator or a computer for this because this would be a nightmare to do by hand. You just got to be very careful to keep the parentheses as they are. And what I got when I put this into my computer was 674.7. Now, it doesn't make any sense to survey 674.7 people for this study. So we need to round. And it turns out for sample sizes, you always round up. So the solution is that we need to survey 675 people. And I'm done with this problem. Thank you for watching the video.